don't be nice, be blunt. Well, I'm not gonna be a fucking asshole to you, but like I'll point out areas where like you can improve. Now let's see. Let's watch. Okay, I'm staring at your. Thank you, Tips. Thank you for that. Appreciate you keeping this stream family friendly. Okay. Yeah, I think you could, because like we're gonna have two phases with Sojourn. We're gonna have our phase where we're building, we're just like chipping people with damage, and we're building our rails, and then we have our phase where we're gonna be looking to finalize kills. So we're either gonna finalize kills off of people that we're already drilling with like our primary fire, and then trying to like lock in the rail shot, or we're gonna like get it charged, pull back, then try to like peek and like kill our Ana and everything like that. Glad we sat through that. It has the experience. Yes, true. So don't be afraid to spam your bullets a little bit more, because I mean, like here spamming the corner or whatever and just like seeing if they like will go into the corner is, it's not a bad thing. Like, because you're not at a place like us having 30 charge or whatever and stuff like that. Like that's not going to be like a place where we're like lethal or whatever. So we don't have to worry about having our shit like all together. All right, it's good that you were looking for that kill. We took a lot of damage, but you did have your shift. I think it definitely was like a very bold. I was definitely. We also are very wide on this angle, and I know that you're trying to like stay away from the Doomfist, but also it gets a little bit sketchy when he has punch and stuff. Like, because like this entire time too, like Doomfist came down here, Genji came down here. Why don't you just slide back up here? Like slide up here and then take an angle. Like right now, you're trying to like all force this one angle. You could slide up here and try to poke them a little bit, or you could try to come around here and just start LOSing the tank and the Genji, and then try to like go poke at their supports. Like, so angles win games. Now let's get back to the vibe.
Seaman is another kind of.
Okay, I got you, Curly. I got you. See, like where if you were to start, because like look at where all your pressure is in the game, okay? Because your Freya was doing the, well, your Freya's dead now, but your Freya was doing the same thing. She was working the same angle. When Ana comes around the corner, she's working the same angle. Even you going up here, forcing the Genji or the Doom to like actually use cooldowns to get up to you, and then you can just disengage back to your team if you want. Just walk back here. It's literally safer than being here. It's not where everybody's spamming. And also too, you're creating another angle that's creating pressure on everybody else, and you can use the high ground to LOS and everything like that. We also have this, like you got Muna to pocket you as well. So like, fuck it. Like literally come over here, swing up on gas. Like if Doom doesn't have the cooldowns to punish you or something like that when he disengages, you can come up here, and then if he goes up on you and has to burn cooldowns to get to you, you can still drop off high ground and then go back. Don't play with the team when you play DPS. It depends. Normally, you want to have one person that is anchoring the team, and you could still be the team anchor from over here because you're still applying pressure to a lot of people down the main, down like the main place. But you usually want to have an anchor DPS and you want to have a flanker DPS. And usually Sojourn, a lot of the time, is an anchor DPS. But if your other DPS is also playing the main angle, you should try to look to force other angles, because angles equal pressure. Like angles equal pressure, angles equal fucking like you basically, you'll catch their backline off guard, you'll force them to reposition, and it's those instances where you get an opportunity to get a kill on the tank. Not when you're just spamming the tank. Like spamming the tank for like just your charge and your rail, that's fine, but you have to know what your goal is. Your goal isn't to kill the tank, and the tank is probably not going to die, especially in 5v5. Your goal is to get charged to create a kill opportunity on someone else. Like, that's how you have to think about it. Yeah. And, like, the thing is, too, like, when I play Cass, a lot of times, like, I do play a flanky play style, and that's because most of the time people are playing the flank play style is more risky. And usually it is harder for you to get support from your team. Or like it's maybe a little bit of an awkward angle for them to like peek you and help you and keep you up. But you have a mercy pocket. So like you should be the one that's on the off angle if you're the one that's being pocketed, because you have the resources to actually support yourself on these angles, you know? So, and like right now we're just like going down main and stuff like that, which means that like Ana is fully aware of where you are at all times, and then she could just peek Doom, just hit Doom's like fucking like left shoulder or whatever, stay behind cover, maybe just peek here and there and not really expose herself to you that much. But if you come over here and you're on high ground and then you take a little bit of a trip back here, you could catch her off guard and then secure a kill. Like, or it's like, even like if they're trying to be like frontliney over here and you just walk back over here and then you just start shooting at their Kiri, like she's gonna freak out and have to reposition. She's also gonna have to use cooldowns. When people use cooldowns, when people are repositioning, that's times that they're not active in the fight. When they're doing that, that means that there's a kill opportunity somewhere else. Yeah, don't be scared. Like don't be scared. Yeah, there's so much space. Yeah, you have to look for the opportunity to take it. Like that's the thing. You don't want to like if you can see everyone on the enemy team, and everyone on the enemy team can see you, then you're not playing the right angle. Like, I don't think like on almost any, unless you're playing like a death ball, you're not playing it right. Like. There should be no instance where everyone at the same time can be shooting you and you have vision on everybody. You should be playing angles where you can create pressure, you can angle isolate and stuff from high ground and everything like that, and then like, you know, you create picks and you create opportunities for your teammates. Because if you also force out, if you're back here, we'll say again, and you're shooting at this Ana, what's the Ana gonna do? She's gonna try to go over here. She's gonna maybe try to fucking hug this wall. Like maybe their team is gonna have to go forward into your team. And when that happens, that creates an opportunity for your Freya to get involved in kills. Right now, you've ulted, you have the Genji in your face and you see all these people, but where's your team? Are they in a position to help you? No, they're farther behind you on the same angle. So all they can do is help you with the Genji. Like your fucking tank can only shoot the Genji. Your fucking Freya, like your Freya can only shoot the Genji. Your two supports are supporting you right now. So like that means that you are ulting 1v5. Right now you are ulting 1v5. Like almost. As far as kill pressure goes, you are the only one that can create a kill. And it's because of the angle that you're playing. If you were playing a different angle than your other DPS, like your other DPS could fly over here and stuff like that, but then what are they going to do? They're shooting at the same people, you know, where it's like, if you're ulting and you're over here, you're forcing them into angles where your team can capitalize. So like you're actually creating opportunities for your teammates if you do that. Okay, we'll go back and I'll see your headshot on Genji. Okay, that was a nice headshot. I don't know what the Genji was thinking there. Ooh, nice headshot. See, like, but imagine if you got these headshots on squishy characters where you were also like, instead of chasing them, you would still be chasing them, but you're chasing them into your team. Like your team is going to be so much more like helpful if you basically guide the rats. You're the Pied Piper, okay? You play your fiddle, like, you know, as fiddle players do. That's how you play the fiddle, I believe. And then the rats all go like, you know, dancing wherever you want them to. Like you force them into that. Yeah. Like if you're with your team and you slide to a different angle that you can just see and you ult, your team is basically the same position that you were a couple seconds ago, but probably without slide, you know? Like, so you're making this fight harder than it has to be. That's good. That's good. You don't have to like run into hers too hard. Okay, it's good. I just wanted to make sure you didn't die to the Ana 1v5. That would have been a little bad. The Pied Piper plays the fiddle. The flute? Oh, fuck. Wait, the fiddle is the doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I know it doesn't make those sounds, but like the fiddle is the fucking violin. The violin's little brother. That's right. Flute. Harmonica? Is this the flute? Yeah, this is the flute. This is the flute. This is the flute. And this is the recorder. Okay. Just played in a different way. Different schmiffrent, okay? Nah. Ain't no way. That's just fiddle propaganda. It's just small violin. I'm just trolling. I don't really know any of the differences besides the fact that it's just smaller. And the oboe is just big violin. They are all the same. The bass is just a bigger violin. Everything's computer. Everything's violin. All right. Nice. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say definitely can secure the kill on that. Pushing up with your mercy. The oboe? Is it not the oboe? What's the oboe? Dude, I can't remember my orchestra. Okay, I am no conductor, okay? I don't know orchestra music, instruments, okay? How am I supposed to know these things? Is the oboe not the bass? What is the oboe? No, the flute is over here. The flute is not straight. The flute is adjacent to the mouth. The recorder is the thing that's like right here. Oboe is almost like the clarinet. Wait, the clarinet is like a recorder too, right? Or is that a saxophone? Is a clarinet like a smaller saxophone? Or is that the flute you blow? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that was a big goof. That was a big goof. Because not only did you not anticipate the nanoblade, which you could have made this very awkward by just getting away, but like, yeah, you backed into the corner. That made it awkward for Muna too. Like, I never go into this corner. I will never go into this corner, even if I'm playing here by myself. Like, I will play on the side where I can get help from like my team. I'll swing in like a little bit and stuff like that. But really what I want to be able to do, I want to be able to walk off and drop high ground if I can. And I still want to be able to get support from my team if they're like set up over here or if like they're just at the corner and stuff like that. Like, you have to make it easy for your team. Like, and going into that corner just makes it so Mercy really doesn't have any escape, especially if you die. Like, she's backing herself into the corner with you too. I called it out, but I just didn't move. Yeah, because you had the cooldowns. The brain processes did not go. And if you just backed out of that and didn't give him a dash reset, then you guys like actually get out Nanoblade for free. So it was good that you baited out Nanoblade, but yeah, you had the escape plan, but you didn't have the escape execution. Okay. I feel like you kind of yeet your meatball a lot. Where it's like, I felt like that meatball could have been good, but you didn't throw it at the floor or anything. You just kind of like yeeted it straight at them. And this was a Genji that also, maybe he didn't have deflect. Maybe he already used it. But still, you threw it like directly at them when your nade doesn't even stick yet. Like, you should be trying to throw it to actively like create, divide space somehow. Like, either push someone towards you, zone someone out, or create it so that if they do want to fight you, like they're taking damage from it. As you try to hit corners or in groups. See, trying to hit corners is fine, but like I'll show you what happened on your meatball here. Like, trying to hit corners is fine, but you chucked it at their head. You missed this. Like, so I missed my meatball too, but I have noticed you kind of just like yeet it in the open, which is slightly better if it sticks, if you have the stick thing. But you should think of it more as a soldier rocket than as a whatever you're thinking. Like, I don't know what you're thinking, but you should think of it like as a soldier rocket where it should have a contingency plan. Where it's like, if this doesn't stick to somebody or collide with somebody even, like, I want it to stop on this rock to separate the Kiri from their team, like for the Kiri from them. Or maybe I want to throw it down directly in front of me to be like, hey, yo, don't push me. There's a meatball there. You wouldn't want to get marinaraed and sauced all up, dude. You'll get lost in this sauce, okay? You don't want to fuck with my meatball. But like, yeah, throwing it over here, like, what are we zoning? You know, this is gonna have 0 ticks on it. So that was the plan. Yeah, which also too, when you're shooting and when you're reloading, sometimes your camera angle shifts. But I'm noticing that you're kind of throwing it out in the open, and it's gonna be a low percentage orb if like you're not setting up basically a backup plan where it's like, if this does not collide with anybody directly, I want it to hit here. You need to have a plan for it. Aim it a little bit lower too. Like aim it like towards their feet. You can't headshot with the meatball or like center mass, you know? Like don't throw it at their heads. Don't waste that cooldown. No, in general, wasting cooldown's bad. I have to ask you why you want to take this fight. What makes this fight compelling to you? Like, cause your team's not here. Good at dodging Doom. Because he's ass? Yeah, but he's a tank in 5v5. And you are so lucky. You are so lucky he canceled his punch. If he punches you there, you're dead. I hope you know. You're dead and he lives because he gets over health. Like, just because you got the correct result didn't mean you made the correct play, okay? That was a bad play. That was a bad play, and you got out of it because it was a bad Doomfist. It was the wrong play that got you the correct result. We like to aim for the right plays, even if they don't give us the right result, you know? But 1v1ing the tank as a DPS, in 5v5 especially, never do that, ever. Did we not just see my malding session getting out of 5v5? You can't do anything to a DPS that's semi-competent. You'd only do anything if they're really bad. Like if a tank in 5v5 tries to 1v1 you. I also don't know what we're really... Okay, so we're really tempting fate here because we're pushing the Ana with all of her cooldowns. Genji's in here. Kiri's in here. Like, and we're just face tanking this. You get slept, you're out. Girl. I don't know. I kind of like the confidence. See, I like confidence too, but I like confidence for good reasons, you know? Like, there's a difference between confidence and cocky. If you're confident in a situation where you shouldn't be confident, you're cocky. If you're confident because you're making the right plays and you are assertive that you know you have the skills to pull it off, that's confidence. No sleep, no nade, no Suzu. Yeah. You know what the issue was? At any one of these instances, you could have get slept nade or like, okay, you're walking in. You could get slept here. You should get slept here. A good Ana would not miss you. Because you're right in her face. She doesn't even have to aim. She just has to hit the button. I don't know how she missed. Good dodge, I guess. But, and then he did have deflect. He deflected there. This is once again, I'm going to classify this as, no, not footwork. Because I guarantee you, even that Ana, 8 times out of 10 actually hits that sleep. I guarantee you, the Ana, at least 5 times out of 5. At least 5 times out of 5. I have to dodge, so easier on DPS. Yeah, but here's the thing. The way to climb is to play consistently at a higher level than your opponents. Like, if you consistently play at a higher level than your opponents, eventually you will climb. You don't play for pop-off win streaks. Like, where you just brute force everything. Like, you have to think. Like, you have to use the brain. Because today it worked. Tomorrow, you could get burned for every one of those decisions. That's why you don't be like, well, actually... it worked out. Like, okay, all you have to fucking do is be like, you know, this worked out, but I was at risk of imminent death multiple times to multiple different sources. Like, even though they were low, you face tanking there, you know Genji can one-shot you. He can one-shot combo you. Like, fucking Kiri could have fucking thrown one kunai headshot you, and boom, he doesn't even have to work hard for it. He just fucking, like, right-click dashes, and then all of a sudden he gets a free kill. He can combo you, yes. If you're close enough to him, then his right-click can hit you multiple times in the head. Next day, not game. Yeah, okay. But that's the thing, like, you... If see, now, what I'm saying is, at the moment, we might not all agree that this is incorrect. But I think that eventually you will get to a place where you will see that maybe it's a little bit cocky. And you said you were drunk too, so, like, you know, like, maybe not making the best decisions. But as the VOD reviewer, as someone who is trying to help you improve from the level you are currently at, from Masters, I am trying to give you tips that will help you climb and succeed in these ranks. So, I'm trying to give you best practices. And the best practice and the best plays to do are high percentage plays. Like, and I don't always make high percentage plays. I make stupid plays all the time. I try to point them out when I do them, when I, like, just get away with plays because, like, I just fucking outskilled. Like, not outskilled, but, like, I just turned my brain off and I just fucking, like, headshot everybody. But that doesn't make what I did the correct play, even if it won us the fight. Even if it won us the game. Like, I do low percentage clutch plays all the time, and I shouldn't. That makes me a much more, like, lower percentage player. And that also shows with the fact that sometimes I will have, like, add FYI. Well, oh yeah, well, Tips doesn't have ads. But thank you though. Appreciate it. Thank you for the 100 biddies. But, like, I'm trying to help, because in these situations, like, you don't have to put yourself in a situation where you're gonna fluctuate with your performance, you know? Like, you don't have to put yourself in a position where one day you're gonna go, like, 16-0 and the other day you go fucking 16-16. So, and this is not the right play. Even though you got this kill, this is still not the right play. You could be punished so hard here. You also could get Muna punished here. If you get punished here and Muna gets punished here, you lose all progress on this, and you have to fight from your spawn. This is a play that is actively risking your third point, where you could just, she left you. No, Muna did the smart thing. Because, like, also too, like, you got really horny for the kill and you got the kill, but what does this kill do? Like, he's going to respawn soon. He's going to roll out and he's still going to contest point on this corner. So what do you gain from risking your life for this kill? You gain nothing from this kill. You also already have your ult. The Doom doesn't have his ult. You're feeding ult charge. Like, and if Doom got out and survived and got healed, you're feeding the support ult charge. So this was a net zero benefit because Muna already had her ult too. So, like, this is a net negative play. Even though you got the kill, it doesn't do anything. It's not a kill that actually staggers or, like, offsets a timer or changes it so that, like, you, instead of having the fight here, like, if you got the kill when the cart was, like, right here or something like that, you could go around the corner and then have the next fight where they're, like, setting up, like, trying to retake high ground from you guys and stuff, and, like, you're playing, like, farther up and you're playing a better angle. Like, you're not actually setting yourself up for a better point. All you're doing is you're risking staggering yourself. So you are doing a big risk for zero reward. And that's what makes this a low percentage play. Not because I don't believe in your aim, but because you should believe in your opponent's aims sometimes. Like, Like, there's more to think about it than that. And I get it too, because I also make these plays. Like, by me saying this doesn't mean that I never make those plays. I do that all the time too, because it's hard to think about it in game. It's way easier to be like looking from the outside and to like point out these things than it is in game, you know? Like, but, and also too, I'm horny for kills. Like, I like kills. But if I'm going to like try to coach and give you the best practices for winning the game, then you never do that. Like, after you got this kill here, which I don't think you should have even went here. I think you should have, if anything, let your Ram or your Sigma, whoever your tank was at the time, go forward first and then follow them in to get these. Like, that's the play that I was advocating for, is waiting a second more for your tank to go in first. Ram was with you. Yes. But the problem is where Ram was in this play. Okay, I will back this up so that you can see this, what I'm saying. Ram's with you. Oh, what the fuck, bro? Where? Oh, I'm stuck in the wall. What the fuck? How did I get fucking stuck in the wall? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna zoom this out, okay? Ram is with you, but is he? Is he? At any point, can you not just get sauced and then them get out for free? You know? Like, and look at you run in here. Ram is with you. Yes. Is he in front of you to absorb damage and block stuff so that you can finalize these kills? No. And if he's in front of you too, like, you're not going to risk getting headshot by the Kiri probably in this hallway. You're not going to risk getting fucking one tap by this Genji. Like, these are all things that you've put yourself at a massive risk. And also too, you're also risking cooldowns, because if you died here and then they got out, Muna would have had to res you here, and then they have a recontest. And now it's a recontest without Muna having res. So, like, you see how this isn't just a bad play from the perspective that you could have died. This is a bad play from even if you got rezzed, and even if maybe you got like a couple kills or something like that. Like, this could have completely thrown off your third point, and it could have made it so you don't even cap second. That's why I pointed this out, is it's so risky for no reason. Because look at payload, it's not even at the last corner. No, it isn't. You getting these kills was big, but it was a low percentage play. It was big, but it was low percentage. And it got significantly less low percentage after Ana missed all of her abilities and after Genji deflected. But if you waited a split second longer and just let your Ram walk in first, and then you could have gotten a pick and then went aggressive, so it's like a 3v2 instead of a, like, basically like a 1v3, which is what it was like you were opting into, 1v3 with a blue beam, you know? Like, you could have played a second slower, delayed your push by a second, and this is instantly a way higher percentage play. Because if Ram gets slept there, if Ram gets antied, he's fine. If you get slept or antied, you're dead. If you get headshot by Kiri, you're dead. Like, so that's why I'm saying you needed to wait a second longer, because Ram going in front of you, like, infinitely increases your odds of actually capitalizing on the 3v3. Yes, the tatas must be calm. And then there was all this where it's like a good Doom kills you there. He's not a good Doom, but a good Doom kills you there. A decent Doom kills you there. A Doom with a monitor kills you there. Okay, so like, these are all things where it's like these are ego plays, where it's like, you know that you can outplay it, or you have the potential to, so you're doing a low percentage play because of that. But that's why I was pointing out that, like, you're not considering all these other steps and all these other risks here. You actually baiting Doom over to you, kind of good, but like, think about like I guess Doom's not gonna recontest like when your guys are down this much. But think about if Doom did, instead of going on you, think about if Doom went out here to contest. What are you gonna do about it? It's gonna take you longer to get out and help finalize the kill now because you're so far removed. So in this one play, There are so many different ways that this could have been played where you lose. Doom can roll out instead of going on you and using all your cooldowns on you. He could have punched out over here, one tap the Ana, and then it's just tank v tank. And there's a soldier over here too. So it could have been a 2v2. And that's like, that would require a couple of things going wrong, but you can't bank on everything going right. That's why you play the higher percentage play. That's why you don't do this. So, hello again, queen. And like, right there, Muna absolutely within her right to dip on you. That was the right play. All right. So we're up here. This is good. This is good. This is good. You found Ana out of position and you punished her. That was really good. That was really good. Like, you forced her into a bad direction to try to dodge you. Like, she fucked up and then you capitalized on that. That was really good. Like, you could attempt to fucking ult here. I would have ulted there. I would have probably egoed and ulted there, but that's maybe not the best either. This is fine. I would look for an opportunity to ult here, though, because they're down their other support. And if you got another kill over here, then you're offsetting the thing. But... and he doesn't have... Monkey doesn't have ult yet, either. So, because he just swapped. Like this, ult these. Ult these people. Ult these people. If you kill these people, what happens? Like, I'm assuming you're gonna ult. I get shit on. Yeah, you got shit on, but like, we had so many opportunities to actually hit our ults and try to finalize a kill. We get one kill on Kiri or whatever. These now see, when you were trying to force these kills in here, these were useless. Like, it might have been worth ulting, rolling forward, and then trying to like capitalize on like the Kiri or the fucking Soj or the soldier, like, or even the tank. Like, you could have just straight up killed the tank. When he was over here, and you stuck him with your meatball, that was really good. He was 1 HP, he was running away, he's down a support, and he had a meatball stuck to his ass. So if you just slid in after him and ulted, you finalize the kill on him, what happens? You guys just full cap without them having a tank. You getting those kills staggers this fight. If you make them on the back foot for their stagger touch, where they're forced to have to go out and contest you guys when they're down people, that's how you get advantage. That's how you force an advantage. You don't force an advantage by just rolling in and trying to ult every single time you can see a player on your screen. You do it when the game state like is in an area where it's like, if you do this and you do capitalize on these kills, you've now set your team up to win, you know? But yeah. Oh. Oh. But like, and look at the game state right now. How many people are on the field? All 5. All 5 of them are on the field. Like, this person's ulting with a pocket now because the Ana switched to Mercy. Like, and you have a monkey in your face now that's full HP. And they're closer to ults than they were before because we didn't stagger them. Now, like, you see, like, you've made this ult harder on yourself than you had to by being scared about like getting shit on when it was a good opportunity to stagger them in ult. We instead put ourselves in a lower percentage ult. So these are plays that make the game harder on you. That was good. That was a good kill. That was good. I like that. That was risky, but that was good. That was risky, but that was good. You were playing fast, and you're playing fast to like close out these kills. You guys have ults, and you've already put them on the back foot. It was a little bit risky, but I think it was worth the risk. Maybe you could have just gone down main and then just looked for this too, because the monkey was gonna probably zap you no matter what, and then you were still in LOS of your Ana and your Mercy. You wouldn't have like went out of your Ana's LOS to go back over here. So you probably could have just pushed this from main instead of going for this because of where the body was too. Like, she can't like hide behind here and then get a res or whatever. She doesn't have an angle on it. So yeah, you went at an angle where it made you go too deep. But yeah. And then you got meatballed. Aw, Muna didn't get it. But see, this was you playing fast in a risky way, and this is what I would have wanted you to do over here. Like, where it's like, it's almost like your ult from first point, except the risk to reward is actually worth it. Where you just get one kill and you've completely offset the entire fight. Okay, let's see. I yap so much when I do these, I haven't even taken a single bite. I literally haven't taken a single bite of my food. I know that I do this all the time, dude. I want to eat, I'm hungry, and I'm distracting myself with this yapping, okay? I'm gonna pull back. I'm gonna do Coach Nehmoe light, okay? I'm just light coaching here. I'll point out things as I go. My focus now is food. Nehmoe, what? It's good. Once again, though, I don't have to point it out completely, because we've already pointed this out. But like up here, really annoying angle for their backline. This does put you at risk of getting one shot by Hanzo, but so does this. The difference between you getting one shot by Hanzo over here and the difference between you getting one shot by Hanzo up here, what's the difference? But yeah, you probably could play a little bit more patient. But like, I would be okay with you charging your shot over here. Like, get your shot charged, get 100 charge, then come up here and then look for a kill. Like, you get the charge, you get your lethality, and then you come up and you try to surprise somebody on a rotate. But if you die over here to like a Hanzo headshot, say you get shit on, okay? Say you get shit on, which you're more likely to get Hanzo headshot randomly over here too, because this is where the Hanzo's already spamming. He's already spamming at your tank. You're more likely to get killed just by spam damage just going at your tank over here randomly, or just get knifed by the queen and then pulled out of position. But if you go over here, they have to intentionally look at you, and you can isolate your angles. You can be like, okay, I only want to shoot the Mercy. Boom. Now only Mercy can see you. And only you can see Mercy. You have engaged her to a 1v1 duel. Say she goes around the corner, be like, okay, whatever, I'm going to peek here and kill your bitch-ass Sojourn. You kill the bitch-ass Sojourn. Like, you'll be like, okay, now I'm taking a duel with the Hanzo. Like, that's how you use high ground. You use high ground to isolate angles, and you use high ground to take favorable fights. And these are people that are not looking at you right now because they're looking down main. Everyone always looks down main. Like, so you come over here, and even if you die, this is so much of a better res spot for Muna. So much of a better res spot than Muna. Because if you die out here, like, your Ram's gonna try to have to use his things. They're just gonna chuck all their util at him, and like, Muna has to fucking be in an exposed position in order to res you. Not only are you playing in a way that's not as effective for your character, you're playing in a way that's not as effective for all the other characters on your team too. Like, unintentionally. Yeah, you definitely are rushing it. And then think about it too. Like, how many times have you been clapped by like a Widow or a Sojourn or a Hanzo that like rotated on you and then like, boom. Like, how often has that happened to you where they just come out of nowhere and they just one-shot you? Like, that's annoying because you weren't even fighting them. Not that often, really. Okay, so maybe the Sojourns at your rank aren't doing this, but this is how you are better than the Sojourns at your ranks, by doing these things. Like, by doing these things, you make yourself, instead of just being like, okay, let's see who Kovacs more, buddy. Let's just have a fight down main. We're having our old, like, Confederate fights where we just load our muskets and it takes 30 seconds and then we just stand in a field and go pow, pow, and there's no accuracy. Like, may the best shot win. Instead of doing that, like, actually play in a way that, like, uses the terrain and, like, your team, like, to your advantage. Like, it will set you instantly apart from these people if they're not doing it. And you coming from the side, like, you spamming down here, like, all it's doing is telling them, I want you to think, okay, I want you to think about it like this. Every single time you're primary firing, I want you to think that you're a race car. And just revving your engine and going, okay, you're doing that. You're telling everybody that you want to race somebody, okay? And if they are in your line of sight, you might hit them with your car, okay? Everyone it's like Doomfist charging his punch. Everyone knows what he's gonna do. He's probably gonna fucking punch right into you. Everyone knows what's going to happen. But if you charge your shots, like, and there's no kill opportunity, I'm not telling you to never, like, just charge your shot down main and take it, because there were some kill opportunities here. But it's going to be a harder shot because they know that you're charging it up to try to get a one tap. Where if you charge a shot and then you rotate and then you take an easy shot on someone who's not even looking at you, you get to set up your rail shot and you get to probably kill somebody who's in the back line that the supports are not even going to have time to react to. Like, and then that's going to piss them off. They're going to flame their supports and say GG support diff, and they're going to AFK. Easy. Exactly. Right now, all of this is just it's just like basically just opting into 50-50 fights. That's what it is. Because any one of those Hanzo shots can kill you. Any one of those Hanzo shots. So why are we engaging him when we're not fully charged and when everyone else is also shooting at us? And then, yeah, got greedy on the angle and then got caught, where it's like you go up top, like it would be harder for her to hit the knife on you. Okay. Nano came in clutch. Those are some good shots. That's nice. You could have thrown your orb beforehand. Like right there, when Mercy's doing that, you could have thrown your orb like on top of her, or maybe it came out like a second later. Or if you're throwing your orb, fucking throw it here so she can't get out. Like that way, if she wants to strafe into this thing, she just fucking dies to your meatball. And she didn't have a queen to go back to until now, when Queen shouted and then ran all the way back there. So she didn't have an escape if you cut off this little tunnel. Like, because she comes in, she gets the res off, you get that kill. She had, like, where does she have to go? She can't even really use GA where she was. Like, now she can use it a little bit on Soj, but she'll have no momentum. Like, and the meatball just kills her here. Like, the DOT just kills her if you put it in front of the door. So, and you cut off their escape. They can't go in there, they can't rat in there, they can't hide and, like, get the mega, you know? Like, you create a free kill on a Mercy there by doing that, by setting up your meatball better. Instead of, like, chasing into this and then potentially, like, maybe getting knifed by the Queen and then one shot or something. I don't know. Or Kiri comes back, Suzu's her, and then all of a sudden they pull some sort of Herculean play because your tanks don't want to push up and then help you, like it happens in some ranks. I'm not saying, like, it will happen in every rank, but sometimes it happens where they should finish off the staggers and they don't do it, and then you just look stupid and you're the one that staggered yourself because they don't know how to fucking close out kills. Like, that could happen. Could happen. And it's happening because we're not closing out on these kills and wrapping up these fights the right way. Like, when we have the opportunity to secure a kill, 100% take it, you know? I think that you view your meatball more willy-nilly than you should. Like, you view your meatball as a tool to yeet and not something that has a lot of kill and zoning potential. So if you know how it's lethal, if you know how to set it up, you'll look for the opportunities more. So hopefully you try to do that a little bit more. Yeah, there's not a Moira orb. No. And even them, if you were Moira, you still throw it at the tunnel. I'm not even joking. Even if you're Moira there, you still throw it at the tunnel. Like, you throw it in between her and the tunnel. Because that's going to maximize, that's going to A, cut off her escape, and it's going to maximize your damage on her. Because she has to run into it. I would say, even if it was a Moira orb, I would still say not good usage of it. And what are we doing? That is crazy. You almost died. Tips. What are you doing? This is 5v5 too. There's only one tank. Okay? So if Queen is down here, where is Queen not? Everywhere else. We could have, like, came down here even. I would have preferred for you to have came up here with your Ana. That way also too, the Mercy is up here, has good cover, and Mercy can, like, fly in and out of the fight and also help the Ana a little bit better too. Because if Mercy can't get out of this door because you died, she has to res you, and she probably dies to the queen if you do die here too, because she has nowhere to go. Like, if that happens, then she can't help the Ana either, and then Ana could just get dove by their Sojourn or something like that, and then just be dying right now. Like, your plays are not only risky for you, but they're risky for the entire fight. They're risky for the entire team. We have our meatball too, so, you know. And you have tier 3 meatball. Oh wait, no, you haven't upgraded. You haven't upgraded. Okay, this is where I would back out, because why do we 1v10 the team? We don't 1v10 the team. We never 1v10 the team. We have 1v10'd. And she's probably gonna get the res off on you, but then escaping's probably gonna be rough. Oh, is she not? Oh. I thought it was resable, but maybe it wasn't. But, or maybe she didn't have it. But regardless, if it was resable or not, you've burned a cooldown because of you being an idiot. Like, all right. And once again, too, like, this is you not, like, we've used all of our cooldowns to try to secure a kill, okay? And I don't mind you engaging like this, especially because of how close the cart is. But one thing I do mind is that you have your meatball, okay? You have your meatball. Now, you throw it at her feet right here. Because what's she gonna do? Is she gonna strafe backwards and make it really easy for you to just beam her with your primary fire? Go forwards into you because she's already slid and she, like, has to walk either forwards or backwards, or she has to drop down. You're forcing her off this angle, and you're taking high ground. You're like, look at me. I am the high ground captain now. That's you. But, like, we're making it so that, like, we put ourselves into a position where we just had to win, like, a straight up aim duel. And we're not forcing her movement at all, too. There we go. And once again, we still have our meatball, too. So, like, we're not fully using our kit, too. And you can throw meatball also, too. You could have tried to throw meatball and then hit your ult as well. To animation cancel and just maximize your downtime. So, you could have also just done it a different way. Meatball? Yeah, but, like, what am I supposed to call it? A slow? It doesn't slow anymore. They changed it. I used to say the slow. Sometimes I say orbies. But saying orb is also confusing because Zen has an orb. Like, yeah. Okay. I don't mind that yeet on the meatball because that did have a high likelihood to stick. And even if it went its full course, it hits here. And is, like, roasting this corner, which is good. So that was a good meatball. That was a good meatball, and you used it. Which is good. Like, sometimes you can just get a free kill with it, too. So, I mean, like, that's really good. And we dropped into Queen. Why do we drop into Queen? Why are we doing this? Like, we're not in a commandeering we win this game position right now, Tips. This is throwing. This is throwing. This is throwing. If you were... Here. I'm going to do this. Okay? Tips, you're no longer Sojourn. You're Ramatra. Like, if you're Ramatra, what are you thinking about your Sojourn right now? I'm waiting. Do we see a kill? Or Ana got a kill? Where? Okay, you lived somehow. How did you fucking live, even with Nano? A, you shouldn't have lived. But B, you go in there and you die. You should have just instantly died to the fucking queen. But you see how bad that is. From a different point of view, it's very easy for you to see. You know? You would be furious at yourself, especially if you died there. If you got nanoed, died, and you killed your Mercy and Ana, you would have been furious at yourselves. You would have been furious at yourself. Or, I mean, you would have been furious at your teammate. Like, okay, well, look at the moves, because I'm also confused at how you lived here. You peeking this queen, Kiri, and fucking Mercy, you should just be dead. You should be dead. Those aren't moves. You should be dead. You just should be dead. Those were lucky. Very lucky. And the only reason why this is like somewhat salvageable of a play is they're not pushing cart. They should be pushing cart here and nothing gets accomplished. You've wasted alts to not even stagger someone because you're not in a position to contest the cart where it is too. But yeah, if they push the cart here too, we literally accomplish nothing but burning our alts. That's good. I ult this. Now this, I ult. Because now we can stop. Now, we can zone out the res. We can get staggers. We can interrupt their push. And then now we can contest it at an angle where they have to push into us when we're at the doors. Now is where we ult. Like you're so afraid here. There is no way I just saw you risk your life in the way that you just did. In the most asinine way, you just risked your entire life for killing a singular Sojourn. And then you are scared to push in with your tank, 2 supports, another DPS, and a Sojourn ult with damage boost. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Like, this is not okay. And because we waited, they made the play on us. Like, you not taking advantage of the play created an opportunity for the Reaper to make a play. I go from thinking I'm a tank to remembering I'm a DPS during a vish. Like, you set that play up for that Reaper. You did. Like, if you don't, like, and pushing your advantage is a big part about being a higher level player. Like, pushing your advantage is a massive part about being a higher level player. Knowing when you have an advantage and knowing when to push it, generally, 5v4, pretty good time to know that you have an advantage. I'm already learning how to play better Soldier by watching this. Anyone can take any of this. Like, so, I mean, most, if not almost every DPS is going to benefit from like a lot of the same things, a lot of the same fundamentals. You take a couple of bites though. I will take bites when I feel like it. I cannot take bites when you play like that. Tips, you are keeping me from eating. This is you, not me, okay? If you were playing and you were just doing a stand-up job, being a law-abiding fucking Sojourn citizen, okay? I would be eating my food right now. Every time you miss on capitalizing out a fight and throw a point, I go hungry. I do. Okay, so they're halfway pushed out, which means please be careful if you're pushing this and checking this because we have our alts, okay? We don't have to farm anything. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to force anything. We also don't have to be clomping our little stompers over here and then like having a queen or a reaper come over to us because they hear us. Like Muna has her ult too. Like we're not gaining anything by going for a risky play here. Wait till they're distracted by your team pushing in. Like you guys, really you have to make something happen with your ult here. But if you try to do it too early and they're not distracted by what like your ram pushing in and stuff, then this is just going to be a wash and you should get domed. Okay. You can just LOS this. Okay. Okay. not gonna say like that's actually not completely your fault. I think that should have like dipped a little bit earlier. Like, I'm not gonna say that that's actually your fault that Muna died. You did get out the Sojourn ult. That could have been big, especially if your Ram just fucking went out here and then like you were able, like Ram was able to like go out here and stuff, and like Zanyard was able to like keep him up and everything through that. The Sojourn ulting, like you getting out the Sojourn ult and then you not peeking the Sojourn ult was good. I'm glad that you did that. Yeah, no. I know that the Ashe got picked, but I still think that your Ram probably should have been able to play the same way, where he just walks into the Soj and punches her, has a shield, has a block, contests. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Ashe dying didn't mean the fight was necessarily over. Your Ram not going to touch meant the fight was not over, and then Mercy dying, unfortunate. Like, so I'm not going to say that one was completely bad, but I am going to say it's bad timing. Like, I don't think you should have even peaked. I don't think you should have peaked until your Ram was in position. I think that's a big thing. I think you need to look at where your Ram is. Like, you need to look at where your tank is, where your teammates are. Because you need to position and you need to start in your initiations and your plays off of where your team is setting up the opening for you. Soj wanted my head though. Oh yeah, no. Soj would have still ulted that. But if Ram's in position, and if Ram is on top of their Sojourn and their Soj ults and then is trying to fucking like shoot at you, and Ram is right there, what happens to the Sojourn? She gets bonked. She gets sent to the Shadow Realm. He literally walks out and just fucking bonks her ass on top of the head and then knocks her unconscious, dude. Like, it's Ramatra. So either she deals with the threat that's in front of her, or she deals with you. And you are a massive threat because you are on an off angle with ult and a Mercy pocket. So she's in a catch-22. Or at least you could let her like be forced to reposition and not barrel stuff your tank, you know? You could have used the angle that you were at as an opportunity to also like create an opening for your team to move in. If you didn't peek early and then trigger her ult and then like your teammate got clapped and stuff like that. But less trying to make plays and more capitalize on plays. No, you make plays off of the game state. Like, you will very rarely and should very rarely ever have to be in a like a 2v5 or a 1v5 scenario. If you are constantly in 2v5 or 1v5 scenarios, you are forcing it. Even if your team sucks, wouldn't you rather have a Ramatra that sucks and is absorbing like the enemy Sojourn's attention? Is that not an easier fight for you? Especially if you, even if you only get off one extra shot, or if you're on Soldier, you get off a free Helix, or you throw a meatball and it sticks to her or something like that, you've instantly set yourself up at a massive advantage. Like, you are peaking too early, taking a 1v5 and setting yourself up at the start from a disadvantage and trying to force a play. That's forcing a play. Waiting for your Ramatra to draw their attention is then you capitalizing off of your Ramatra's pressure. It doesn't even have to be your Ramatra either. Like, sometimes you'll have a quirky soldier that's like flanking in the back and it like has visor and then starts poking at them, gets their whole team to turn, and then you can swing out and start taking fights in them. Never take an even fight if you don't have to. I love how you call that ability meatball. Yeah, no, it's just, it's seared in my head. It's the only name for it. You are making these games like 10 times harder on yourself, you know? It's like if you need to think of your team as a tool, okay? Because it's like if you had to move a very heavy box and there was a dolly right next to it. Like, why would you try to pick it up on your own and not just use the tool that you have right there that's not going to break your back? And be like, oh, I'm different, I'm strong, and I'm gonna build big muscles. Okay, take out those benefits. Okay, take out those benefits of looking cool and getting stronger. Okay, I pick things up. No. We take those. We disregard that benefit. We disregard that benefit. You go to the gym for that. Okay, but like if you had a tool to make a job easier, then you're kind of stupid for not using it. Like, if it was an open book test and you just decided you weren't using the book, or you were allowed to use a calculator and you decided, I'm not gonna fucking do that shit. I got my own calculator right up in here. I got smooth brains for a reason. It's for computing complex equations. Like you could do that, but you look really stupid to everybody else, you know? Really seen my tank on my screen this entire match? I didn't notice till now. It's because you're always in front of your tank. Like, there you were at an off angle where you could see your tank like a little bit better, but you're not engaging with your tank. Yeah, you're basically treating your tank like an NPC and not even letting him go in, you know? See, I feel like if I call it E though, that was a good meatball. That was a really good meatball. That was max range. That was good. Really good pick. Here is, once again, now we're in the advantage. We're in the driver's seat. If you don't ult this here, and if you don't fucking shoot these fish that are all in this barrel, I swear to God, you better get kills. Oh wait, okay, Ram ulted. I was gonna say, I'm like, you should have, like, it's good that you didn't ult because Ram ulted, but me, I'm not hesitating there. Me personally, I'm not hesitating there. I see them all on that thing. They just got a res. I'm like, no, you didn't. We're hitting the reset button really quick. I'm fucking blasting everyone in this corridor. Okay. And then I just started blasting. Okay. Okay. We did the rotate a little bit late, and so we're still waiting on our dash. That's, you know, we could have planned it out a little bit better. Okay, I wouldn't ult till after Bob's gone right now because, like, they're kind of all just hiding from Bob. Try to force a play, or try to make a play happen here. I don't know why we really came to this angle. This is, like, we came to a worse angle that's going to be easier for Reaper to kill us. It's going to be easier for, like, Queen to just knife us down, and it's also going to be harder for Mercy to res us. So this is risky. Okay. Alt. Look at the timer. Look at the timer and look what just happened. 30 seconds left on the clock, okay? Kiri just died. What is Mercy gonna do? We know what's gonna happen, okay? She's ulting too, so we know Mercy's gonna do this. And they Kiri ulted. So I don't know if you're scared to go into their Kiri ult, but you better do the big dick plays. Okay. I'm assuming a hero play happens, but a hero play at this point is questionable because of the game state. Like, we let them get away with murder. The Kiri's about to be back, and they're about to ult too now. Where it's like, you waited. All right, you waited until all five are back. This is the same thing as the fight we had on third where you were on attack, okay? Why don't you ult? Like, and you're ulting and ulting Sojourn, okay? So you're okay with ulting into an ult. And you're willing to take that risk. But you could have done it to the Kiri ult that was over here. And then, like, Mercy didn't res. I don't know if the res was down already or if she was just scared about you, like, and she respected you and didn't do it. But you could have ulted when all of them were down here, gotten staggers, and then they have to do a desperation touch. Like, maybe they have to switch to Tracer or Ball, you know? Like, you could make the fight instantly an advantage from where you were. And I think that you, like, missed that. And not only did you miss the opportunity, but also you had a teammate that died, and luckily you guys got the res off, but your Ana died and your Ram almost died while Ana was getting resed. So this very easily could have been 3 of your teammates getting rolled and then like 3 of your teammates getting rolled, and then you guys having to do the desperation touch. Like you guys almost being on the back foot and stuff because it's about to be OT. If you wait until OT to make this play and you lose, you only have one more fight left. So like there's like 10 reasons why alting this late when we had an opportunity to alt into like the same game state, even a better game state for us before, it was just the better play. So even though you're probably gonna fucking sauce this Sojourn and you're probably gonna win this fight and stuff like that, shut her down. It didn't have to be this close, you know? And then dropping there, I don't think I have to talk to you about. I think you got horny for the Mercy. You wanted to deny the kill. Like, I get it. But let's back this up, okay? Okay. We got 3 seconds on Meatball. We've hit her 1 time. We didn't even have to walk off. You just walked off because you're feeling the call of the void. You're intoxicated by Mercy's pheromones right now. You're like, I want this Mercy. Like that's you right now. Like, she baited you. She baited you, dude. And then, okay, their Mercy died. Their Mercy died. Their Queen's about to ult. Like, but picture, you kill their Soj. Let's even say you kill their Soj. Picture this Mercy gets the res off, and then all of a sudden, equal game state, Queen ults without being purpled. You guys lose this fight, 100%. And these are hypotheticals. Oh, but Ana did hit the purple. Oh, but like, you did get the kill on the Sojourn. It's like, those are inconsequential to what makes the good play. You mechanically outplaying your opponent is inconsequential to what is the right play. Like, even though it worked out, that doesn't mean that it's right. And even though it failed, doesn't mean that it's wrong. I would have rather you ulted into the Kyrie ult and not killed anyone and died because you were looking for the right play instead of doing the risky 50-50 play. That's a lot of what I'm seeing. You are putting yourself in risky 50-50 situations. And to be fair, you're coming out on top of these. So this is something where it's like, right now, you have the Naruto ankle weights on, okay? I think that this is, I've not seen Naruto, but I think this is the right analogy, okay? You have the ankle weights on. You could take them off tomorrow. Rock Lee. Yeah, that. Yeah, you got the ankle weights on. You could take them off and play instantly better tomorrow because instead of taking 50-50 like percentage fights, you're taking like 60-40, 70-30. You're shooting at, all of a sudden you're shooting at people that are not even looking at you, and you're starting off the fight with the other person being crit and on the back foot. Like, once you start looking for that, your win percentage fucking skyrockets. If you can rein in the beast within inside you, and you could start playing smarter, you have the mechanics to already beat these people. So if you play better, you're going to have the mechanics and you're going to have the actual like gameplay to beat higher level players, much higher level players. Like, you could catch yourself fucking doming me in solo queue in like a few weeks. That could be happening. But I am the alpha idiot. So you can't do these 50-50 plays with me because I am the alpha idiot. I will do the 50-50 plays and I will win because I'm better at being stupid, okay? So if you just play smarter though, you make me look like a fucking dog that's getting walked on a leash, okay? Like, if you play smarter, you don't have to be mechanically better than somebody if you play smarter. You don't. And there's so many ways to not be mechanically good and be effective in Overwatch. Like, there's so many different ways in play styles and stuff like that. There's so many different ways to play the game. Like, I mean, think about like somebody who plays, like think about like Spooky playing Mei and calming and doing all this thing and having all this utility. Spooky plays the game in a fundamentally completely different way than I do. And I would be much better at the game if I played more like Spooky. 100%. 100 billion%. But while he studied the game, I studied the blade, and I went into a Kovacs hyper chamber? Hypo chamber. Cryo chamber. I went into the Kovacs cryo chamber, and I trained for thousands of hours, okay? I earned the right to be stupid. But like, you play smarter, you have the mechanics to succeed already. You do. You have the mechanics to succeed, and you'll make the game so much easier on yourself. Your shots are going to be way easier when you're shooting at the right angles. Your fucking effectiveness, your final blows, like your actual impact on the game skyrockets if you tone these back. And I hope that's all I hope that you get from this is that if you tone this back right now, if you like pull back the beast that wants to run it down, then you instantly make this rank look like a joke and you just go. All super informative. Yeah, I don't know why I went into so much detail on this VOD. I haven't done VOD reviews in a while. I think I needed to get it out of my system. I do like doing VOD reviews. It's just I've been on my top 500 grind set. All right, see how the rest of the fight goes. Now that I've paused for 10 billion years. It's like you guys wrap up the fight and boom. No boom. Okay, the Sojourn ruined my boom. That's a good meatball. That is a very good meatball because like you're putting it in a spot where she's gonna have to contest. If she comes out this way, then you kill her anyway. So this is smart, especially for if someone else has to like fly in and contest. This is a very, very good one. So I will commend the meatball usage there. That was a good meatball. So you have thrown a good a few like quite good meatballs. But like, do you see like how much of a joke this fight is though? That's what I wanted you to turn Kiri's all, like the enemy Kiri all into when you had the pick on Kiri. I wanted you to do this earlier because you guys have been fighting in overtime for a while now. You could have pushed the OT fight and had them just fight their last fight like this. Instead of it being a straight up 5v5 with both Sojourns ulting, you could have just completely made that last fight like just a joke. You could have made it a joke for the enemy team where they're just like trickling on point and just dying and they're just ruining their KDs and they're just pissed at each other, you know? So like that's the state that I wanted you to get the fight into by ulting earlier. So that's a good VOD though. Sorry if I got a little roasty. That you did say not to be nice to you. Did. But I think it was a good VOD though. It was a good VOD. I think we all got stuff from it. Like it was a lot of shit. I don't expect like, you know, all of that to mesh. But the thing is, if you start looking at the game in that way, it will start to click over time. No, that was fun. I want to get back into VOD reviewing more too. And I definitely want to do cheater VODs as well. So that's why I made the post in Discord too. If you guys do run into like I said, end of season, start of season, usually pretty prime time for Cheetos. As you could see with me, my last game, they're out there. They're not really being too subtle. So if you got a VOD where it's like something just seems a little bit sus or something, you know, or it seems a little fishy, like I kind of want to try to start making YouTube content. So definitely I think lasers. Yeah, I'm going to try to put this up, but I'll try to put this up for a coaching VOD. And then I'll try to put this up for a coaching VOD. I was a little bit rusty at the start, especially pointing things out, but I think it'll be a good thing to like start doing VODs like when I'm more tired at like the end of my stream. Shit, we started this VOD review at like 8:30, didn't we? And I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll be awake for another 45 minutes. Dude, like, how did I make this into like as long as it did? Like, that's actually a nightmare for YouTube. Like, literally, I made this an hour and a half. I'm gonna have to cut out so much.